Hey guys, how the hell are you? It's time for an all-new unbiased gear review on this, the Wendigo Distortion pedal from Pepers pedals. Okay, so first of all, some really quick specs before we go into the tone demo of this. This is something that I've actually talked to Tony about there needs to be a little bit of an update, either to the pedal design, which I'm not so sure would be the best of ideas, or to the actual website itself. Just something that kind of lets the consumer, lets the purchaser know what everything on this pedal does. As it stands, I'll kind of reiterate what I found out from talking to Tony himself. So basically, this thing is in a rugged enclosure, nice heavy duty switch, input output, 9-volt adapter that has a switch inside where you can make it 18 volt instead of 9. Now, the knobs, this is the control layout. This is what I'm referring to when I say there needs to be a little update made either to his website or even a little bit to the graphic here. But basically, we've got 4 knobs that doesn't really say what they do, but I'll tell you. This knob right here is the level knob. This one is gain. This one is a tone control. Typical tone control you find on a number of different pedals. Further up you turn it, the less lows and the more highs you get. Just kind of shapes that sort of overall tone structure a little bit. But then curiously, this knob over here is a contour knob. Does it do kind of the same thing? Well, it's not as cut and dry as that. That's kind of shaping a different aspect of the tone, and using them in conjunction with each other kind of yields some interesting results, as you're going to hear in this tone demo. Okay, so as always, what we're doing is we're running this pedal firstly into the Dover DA50's effects return. So essentially we are bypassing the preamp of the Dover and we are using it strictly as a power amp so that we can see what this pedal does as a preamp. This is therefore the clean tone through the Dover. So pretty clean with a mild little bit of breakup. Let's kick on the Wendigo. now just for gits and shiggles, let's turn on a Pepper's Dirty Tree boost in front, just so that we can see what this thing does when it's boosted. This is without the boost on. Let me actually set all the controls to noon for this. So this is without a boost in front. And that's with it on. No boost. With a boost. There again with it off. And there again with it on. A little bit of a cocked wah thing going on with those settings. Let's fuss with this just a little bit. And now, just for gits and shiggles, I want to try using this thing in front of an already heavily distorted high gain head. We are going to run this thing first through the Marshall JCM 900 SLX, which is located right above the Dover up here. It's my normal settings that I always use. So this is the tone without anything in front. All the knobs set to noon. There again with it off. And there again with it on. Pretty gnarly. Let's set everything back to noon again, and let's switch over to the Mesa. This is the normal tone of the Mesa, what I kind of always have it set at. All the knobs set to noon. Let's flip on the Wendigo. Wow, that turned a very extreme sound already into something even more extreme. Let's give it a little bit more attack. That just sounds so gnarly. All the knobs are turned all the way up, so everything's dimed. This is without it. This is just the Mesa. Okay, so overall, my final thought. Honestly, I think that this thing is rather awesome, but it's rather interesting in that you read on the website that this thing would be used equally as good in front of an already high gain head or as its own preamp running into a power amp. And although I think that that is okay, I think that you get some really interesting results if you like a lot of bright attack. I mean, a lot of bright attack. You just heard it in the tone demo. I think that this thing is far better served as a dirt box in front of an already distorted amp. This thing is doing a unique job of shaping that heavy, brutal distortion, making it a little bit more extreme. So on various heads that I've used it on, whether it be the Valve State, the Dover, it kind of crisps things up a little bit, gives it a little bit more attack. On the Mesa, it gives a ton more attack, but at the same time filling in just a little bit of that low-end presence, just a tad, making it beefier, making it more aggressive. Where this thing really shines, though, is when you're running it into the front of the Marshall JCM 900, which, let's be honest, that thing is a mid-range box. It's got tons of mid-range. It's like all over the mid-range spectrum. This, though, kind of gives it a lot more character, fills in a little bit of the tonal gaps so that it's not just kind of an even, well-rounded thing like the JCM does on its own. It adds a lot more brutality, a lot more aggression, a lot more character to that head. So, I mean, for that alone, I think this thing is a winner. It makes that thing an all-purpose head that you can take out on stage for pretty much any metal application. I mean, that alone makes the Wendigo a phenomenal distortion pedal in my book. But Arnold, what are you drinking today? I hear you asking. Hey, great question. Not going to go super in depth with this one. I just wanted to share with you something that I always thought was very, very exceptional. I reviewed this a long time ago in an ancient video. I can't even remember which one it was, but I wanted to share this one with you because it's a very, very sad moment. This is Triple B from Adelbert's Brewery in Austin, Texas, or at least it was. Adelbert's recently closed down, from what I understand, kind of a victim of further city planning and development happening close to the AFC stadium. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's not lament the fact that they are gone. Let's instead enjoy what they created, which was an awesome Belgian style triple here. Nice, light golden color, beautiful rocky white head. This was an exceptional beer from the first moment that I had it. I can't wait to dive into this again. A little bit of tropical fruit notes, a little bit of spice even coming through on the aroma there. Nice and crisp. Cheers. A little bit of bready and yeasty notes coming through there. A little bit of that tropical fruit thing happening as well. Just a little bit of citrus zest in there, but I'm actually getting a pinch of mango in this. Just a nice little flavor note that's coming through that you wouldn't necessarily expect, but goddamn, this is, in my opinion, one of the better domestically made Belgian style triples that we had here in the States. And yeah, I said I wouldn't lament the closing of Adelbert's, but I'm going to lament the closing of Adelbert's. I wish they were still around. I wish that this was still available. As it stands right now, I've got a few cans of this left. I will enjoy them very, very much. Thank you, Adelbert's, for creating some absolutely killer craft brews here in the heart of Texas. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. There's tons more of this metal and guitar-oriented content to come. And as always, remember, take what you do seriously. Do not take yourselves too seriously.